you business owner doing over 5 million in revenue a year, you got a lot going on. You're paying out the nose in taxes. You got a lot of advisors that are giving you advice. Are they talking to one another? You've got the complexity of moving money or income or cash flow out of the business and using it personally. And you have this asset that is worth probably a lot, that you got to figure out what the heck you're going to do with it. And so I just want to take a few minutes and talk to you about what we're seeing is good financial planning for business owners. And it starts with setting the table. Your board of advisors is kind of like this conference room table, metaphor, where everyone's sitting around the table giving you advice, and you're trying to ingest that, trying to process what it is that I'm being told and what should I do. And so how can you get a bit more of a symphony, an orchestra-like feel is a critical piece. And having a wealth advisor that is acting as more of an orchestrator and not just one of the seats will do a lot of good for you. There's a key component to maximizing valuation, which is keeping your eye on the ball. If you think you're going to just sell your business tomorrow and get max value, probably not going to happen. You really need to keep your eye on the ball for the number of years out that you're really planning this and getting everyone on the same page. And if you don't do that well, you were likely going to leave millions of dollars on the table. Another real issue that we're seeing for business owners that I alluded to at the beginning is just taxes. They're paying out the nose in taxes. They have a CPA, they've got a bookkeeper or a controller, a CFO. I mean, if there's some sort of accounting people, helping them. And so how can they optimize? There's this kind of unknown that seems to happen every year. What are they gonna owe? Can they save more? There's a very reactive nature, usually to the team. How can we bring a proactive process? That's really the big opportunity. We find massive tax savings opportunities by getting a process in place, patching those holes that are leaking tax dollars. And honestly, to us, that secret sauce is just an overlay of the balance sheet and the tax return. If you do that exercise and you put some projections in place, my gosh, you can find a lot. And that's how we do it. And so getting tax planning, souped up in your overall financial planning process is going to be critical. Having your advisors and your tax preparer, which is probably a CPA, communicating, will make your life a whole heck of a lot better. You're probably making a lot of money. Generally, doing over 5 million in revenue, there's usually some good profit and free cash flow coming out of the business. So what the heck do you do with it? You've got a lot going to taxes, but then there is still money left over, and we're finding that business owners they feel a little stuck. Like, where does this money go? Should I be buying real estate? Should I be investing in the stock market? Should I be buying crypto? There's all these questions that start to come in, and we often find a lot of them have kind of bought stuff along the way. They've got maybe some rentals, they've maybe bought some, different insurance, they've bought, they have these different investment. It's kind of scattered, right? And so integration, getting this whole picture, effect happening in their financial planning process is a big deal. We often find that just getting everything talking, and it goes back to the overlay of that balance sheet and that tax return. If you don't have those two mechanisms, updated and working, together, you will leave a lot of asset value, net worth, future net worth especially, on the table. And so that's another really big piece that we're seeing missed. Just a kind of nuanced piece that we find a lot is that these businesses that are doing 5+ million revenue start to really build up some cash, and that cash inside the business is often underperforming. At best, they're in a money market. At worst, they're just in a savings account. They're not making a ton. Even at the money market, those rates have gotten so poor. There is a lot of yield that they could add just by thinking a little differently and taking a more thoughtful approach to their corporate reserves. And so that's another really major piece. But to round this out, to us, it's a financial planning process. It's a financial planning process with advisors who understand your business, we often find that most advisors haven't, asked for their tax return. They don't have their operating agreements. They don't have anything about the business. Their job is just to manage investments, and that is fine for some people, but you're a business owner making great money with this beautiful thing on your balance sheet that you have to figure out what you're going to do with. That's not like everyone else, and you want an advisory, process that is going to be conducive of such. So that's what I have for you. Like and subscribe.